One, two, three.
Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new video. Right by the time you're watching this, Clash will be in a couple hours, so we'll be making some predictions today. Me and Anthony always love to do these videos. With this Clash card, we have 5 matches coming up. Lots of rematches from Backlash, but with no further ado, me and Anthony don't like doing these prediction type of videos alone, so today we have Mr. JoniBek. How are you doing today, my man?
I'm good. How you doing?
We're doing amazing, man. I mean, it's Saturday, nothing to do, kind of just chilling out, making a video. That's what I love to do. So just before we start this, I'll start with you, Johnny. How do you feel about this Clash card that we're getting?
I am not expecting anything good to come out of it. I think it's a total waste of time. We've seen these matches already. We've seen how bad they can be, how good they can be. And just from me watching WWE for the past 2 years, I don't think it's going to be any better. Like these days, it's only going downhill at the moment. Very rarely that it goes up and then instantly goes to the bottom. So I'm not expecting anything good to come out of it. I just think it's a total waste of time, as again.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And I'm not a huge fan of PLEs that are rematches, especially now that they have us paying the money that we do, and then we're seeing a bunch of rematches that we saw at Backlash and some of these matches we saw at WrestleMania too. But that's my huge thing. I don't like the whole rematch thing. But Anthony, how do you feel about Clash of Italy?
I kind of feel the same way. It's a waste of time. I feel like it's kind of bogus. They have a PLE that's made for rematches in Backlash, and they're doing it again. And it kind of feels like they're just, having a PLE in Italy for the first time just to do it as a money grab. And it's just, like I said, waste of time.
Yeah, no, man. And kind of starting with our predictions here, I'll start with our women's IC championship rematch between Soruk and Becky Lynch. Now, this match, a few weeks ago at Saturday Night's Main Event, or last week actually, was not the best match. Kind of a weird ending with that match too. I don't know if Soruk, messed up her finisher, which has been kind of a repeating thing of Soul not being able to hit her soul snatcher, but we'll see if she can, hit it tomorrow maybe. But when it comes to this match, I'll make my prediction. I think Soruk is going to take this. And no, let me switch that up. I think Becky Lynch is going to win this match just because of the 1-0 thing. And then WWE loves to do these, 3-match things. That's why I'm picking Becky. I think they want to make it 1-1. Becky keeps the belt, and then at SummerSlam, probably run this match for the 3rd time, and at SummerSlam, we'll see Soruk walk out as champ. But for now, I'll be picking Becky Lynch, but we'll move to you, Johnny. Who do you got between Becky Lynch and Soruk?
Well, I'm just like you, gonna pick Becky, not because I want Becky to win, but because I know she's gonna win, because it's getting too predictable these days. Like, I just know that the ones who's holding the belt is gonna win and hold it for pretty much a very long time until she will lose to somebody that we know, like either Maxine, like she did before, either she's gonna lose to Rhea or Liv. Nobody else. Everybody else, they will never get it. But I really want Sol Ruka to win this because she has been my favorite out of all the women's roster at the moment. But me seeing her botching her finisher, which is very weird and shocking, because I've been watching her for a pretty long time and she has never failed like this or botched any of her moves like that. So either it is all planned or she's actually getting so nervous to be on the main roster that she's starting to screw some things up. But in a way, as again, I will say Becky's going to win and then Sol is going to win it eventually. But I think because she botched, which I actually don't believe that she botched on the Saturday Night Live. I think it was kind of intentional so that she would fall exactly on the referee, because I don't think the referee would understand the idea or understand the directions of the soul snatcher. So maybe she botched it just for the referee to get it. But it was a funny disqualification. I kind of like the ending in a way. So if it's a true botch, then I don't think they will actually let her win until she improves her ring work back to its glory, and only then maybe then they will give her the chance to win the title. But I will say Becky's winning it.
Yeah.
Amazing. And moving to you, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Becky Lynch winning here. I do think it was a botch because, like, if you guys don't know, Jessica Carr, that referee, is actually a wrestler. She wrestles down in Evolve. And I feel like if it wasn't meant to be a botch, I feel like it would have looked a bit more clean. You know, we've seen refs take clean moves. You know, prime example, Charles Robinson eating like 17 F5s. But I believe that we're gonna see Soul get the win at Night of Champions and June. I think June 27th we're gonna have the trilogy because WWE loves trilogies, and I think that's where Soul's gonna go over. Granted, it's in Saudi Arabia, not the biggest, women's sports area, but I feel like that's where they're gonna pull the trigger. Let Soul win the IC title, but this time give me Becky Lynch.
Yeah, and kind of moving up this card with a rematch that we saw open up night 2 of WrestleMania, which was Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. Brock Lesnar randomly returning. Is he here to stay? Who knows at this point? I don't know if this is like I was hearing like, maybe his contract wasn't finished or something, but nonetheless, we have Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi here. It's such a toss up for me because I feel like if you have Oba Femi lose this, you already lose all his momentum, and this match to me is kind of pointless. I know they really don't have anyone that can face Oba Femi right now. That's the issue. So yeah, let's bring back Brock Lesnar, but I don't know. Do you have Brock Lesnar win? I really hope not. So I'm gonna be going Oba Femi here. Not too confident in that because, as we know, SummerSlam is in Brock Lesnar's pretty much backyard. So maybe they'll do another trilogy. Trilogy is a common theme here, but nonetheless, just so I don't make it too long, I'll be picking Oba Femi, hopefully, because I don't want that momentum gone. But Johnny, who do you got between the two monsters?
This is actually a very tough one because, like, the fact that you mentioned trilogy, I don't think it's gonna work in this situation because they already screwed the whole trilogy thing with him retiring at Mania. So now the fact that he's back, he's supposed to win in a way because I'm actually now leaning towards Brock winning this match because, like, what the hell was the point of returning him after his supposed retirement? Like, if he loses to this, then it's like his status as a WWE legend and one of the WWE goats is dead. But then if Oba loses, then I will agree with you as well. It's gonna stop his momentum instantly. Like he will never get this big of an opportunity. Like he will stop being over at this point. I think so. It's really hard.
Right.
Because like looking at this from a fan viewpoint, Oba should win. But then viewing it from like a business standpoint, it has to be Brock who's gonna win this. Because then what the hell was the point of bringing him back? Because like the trilogy of then them doing another rematch at SummerSlam, like they should have extended it to SummerSlam. They should not have done this so early. At least return him, but then do it at a very good location, like you said, his home city where he may win or he may not win, but it's going to bring the hype to the city. So I would say if they're still going to do the trilogy, I'll pick Oba. I'm actually going with Oba.
Okay. This one for me is also a toss up. The past few weeks we've seen Oba do the open challenge, which clearly shows they have no creative plans for him at all, unfortunately. And the unfortunate truth of not having Oba collide with a Roman or a Jacob or a Gunther anytime soon. That's clear as day that that's not in the cards yet. So having Brock back kind of feels like a panic move, in my opinion. I don't think a trilogy was on in the books at all. But now that Brock is back, like you were saying, Johnny, you kind of need Brock to win. Like you kind of need him to win if you want to make the narrative make sense. Because if Oba goes 2-0 over Brock, there's no point of having a trilogy. At that point, it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, if you have Oba lose, you're halting his momentum. I feel like they have kind of booked themselves in a corner, and it's a really odd spot to be in. given the fact of Brock coming back, him ripping his pants. If you didn't see, that's kind of funny. He ripped his pants again. I'm gonna have to take Brock Lesnar winning here. I think Brock is gonna win, and I think we're gonna set up that trilogy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually change my answer. I'm switching to Brock. I don't really care about Oba as much as Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and common theme here of this a whole event is a lot of rematches. The next one's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the women's championship. With me, this is very hard because of the amount of people they've added to this kind of feud. You have Meechin, BFAB, and then on Rhea you have Charlotte and Alexa. So for me, it's hard to think that Rhea's going to drop the title immediately because she just won it back and she hasn't been champion for a while and kind of hasn't had a fair, singles or solo run as champ so far. And I'd love to see Rhea, possibly take on, Charlotte Flair, potentially Rhea versus Io Sky. Like maybe she gets jealous of Rhea making this new kind of friendship with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte that she comes on SmackDown because Io really has no plans at the moment. So there's so many matches that they can run with Rhea right now that I don't think you can take the title off her just yet. So I'll be sticking with Rhea to keep the championship in Italy. But Johnny, who do you got winning between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill?
That is another difficult one for me because, like, I'm very tired of WWE making the same people champions all over again. Like, the only women champions that we see is either Liv or Rhea. That's it. And when they lose it, they win it back in like 2 weeks. So I actually hate like the fact that as much as I love Rhea Ripley, I hate the fact that she's champion again because like we already saw that, and there's nobody else to feud with her except maybe Jade. But then if she wins it back, it's gonna be like, oh, we made a huge mistake with Rhea. She does not carry it anymore. So this is again a huge, like you said, Anthony. They booked themselves into a huge corner
Yeah.
with this one. So they have screwed this up big time. This is actually hard. I want Jade to win. Just so as like maybe the trilogy may continue in some way, or maybe somebody's gonna betray somebody and then we'll take the title from there. But something really needs to happen. The fact that you said that so many people are already getting involved, they need to involve very different people for this feud to be more interesting. Because right now it's just a stupid rematch that I don't see the point in watching anymore. But
Yeah.
so my prediction, I want to go with Jade, just so to get this feud going because I don't want Rhea to be champion.
Yeah. I will also be taking Jade here. I think Jade is going to beat Rhea, and I think it's for a long series of reasons. One, the other night we heard Charlotte tell Rhea, "If you can't take out Jade, I will," and that kind of stuck with me. I think we're gonna have a kind of a triple threat match. I think we're gonna see Rhea versus Jade versus Charlotte Flair moving forward, with Alexa Bliss being involved, the Baddies 2.0 being involved, all of them together. And I think the inevitable outcome, WrestleMania 43, Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair, if she returns by then. I think that was going to be a plan in the books at first. Obviously, she's pregnant now. I think that was going to be in the cards. Obviously, it can't happen for a while. Hopefully, she'll be cleared by Mania. That's another, what? It's almost, 11 months out. Possibility, maybe, maybe not. But I think we're going to have this kind of circle of Rhea, Jade, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Meet Shin, and BFAB kind of being in this huge bubble, but not as friends, all as enemies. So give me Jade.
Yeah, and moving to a match that I'm kind of scared for, but Cody Rhodes versus the Ring General Gunther for the undisputed WWE Championship. This one is very confusing to me because I feel like you had the Randy storyline at WrestleMania. Now I don't know if Randy's injured or not. He claims he's not, but I don't like how they finished WrestleMania the way they finished it, and then now you have Cody randomly taking on um, Gunther, which I think Gunther's gonna walk out with the title here, and I've always said Gunther is one of the superstars that they've also kind of put themselves in a corner with because he has this huge like win streak. I think he has like a 92% win percentage, rarely loses. So that's where I'm picking. I think Gunther's gonna beat Cody here, but my other thing is like I don't know what that means for the future. Like, is Randy gonna come back and face Gunther? I don't know. Cody Rhodes is also having this thing with Sami Zayn, so I don't know if Cody retains if he starts a random feud with Sami Zayn. But I'm just waiting for Randy Orton to come back. But when it comes to this match, I'm gonna be taking the ring general Gunther. Don't want to see it. We've already seen Cody and Gunther have title runs. We've seen what they can do. I'm not a huge fan of Gunther when he's champion just because I feel like his mic work is kind of the same thing week by week. So that's the only thing I don't like about Gunther being champ. But wrestling, I don't have a problem with. But when it comes to this match, I have the ring general putting Cody Rhodes to sleep at Clash. But moving to you, Johnny, who do you have winning between Gunther and Cody Rhodes?
I actually kind of agree with you. I'm going with Gunther as well. But, like, it's still very hard. As you said, this match doesn't make any sense. This whole feud doesn't make any sense. It's just that everybody's injured or everybody's just leaving. Like, they got nobody else to do match cards with. So, in a way, for this to happen very good, I would say Gunther will win it. And as he wins it, Randy Orton comes back to get the huge European pop that he always gets in Italy or in Spain. But then again, if Cody wins, but then again, I can bet everything on that Cody will win the title back in 2 weeks, like they did with Drew McIntyre. So, as much as this, I also do not care about this match. But for it to make it interesting, they're gonna need to make Gunther the champion and not let Cody Rhodes become champion for another year. I would say so that Gunther will feud with somebody else. Because I'm already tired of seeing Cody Rhodes as a champion. Like this whole finish the story hype,
Yeah.
it's all done. It's over.
Yep.
You will never. It will never be as good. So get rid of Cody as champion. Make Gunther get the belt and make him the champion.
Yep. I fully agree with you both. I am also taking Gunther here. I think Gunther is going to get the win. It only makes sense. I don't think it's going to be for the reason everyone said, Cody turning heel. We've been hearing that since how long? I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a great match. We know both men can put on bangers. Gunther is going to be the probably more over man in the European crowd, I would say. They're going to be singing his song, which is going to be incredible. But I'm actually going to change my prediction a little bit of who do I think is going to return. I don't think it's going to be Randy. I think we're going to have a Drew McIntyre coming out. I think he's going to come out. European pop would be insane for Drew McIntyre. We've been seeing him posting on his Instagram, him like in the gym. He looks shredded. It's crazy. I think we're going to see him come back, disturb the match like he always does. Maybe we get a Randy Orton pop too. Not sure. Maybe the week after at SmackDown we get Randy Orton. But give me Gunther here by disturbance from either Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton.
Yeah. Plus, do y'all remember that Santino Marella is rumored to appear at Clash of Italy?
Yep.
If he appears in Italy, it's gonna be a much bigger pop than when Carlito returned in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Like, just
100%.
imagine.
Yes. Yes.
And imagine him coming out and actually sort of winning the championship, but there's no referee.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and for everyone watching, this is gonna come out, a few hours to the event, and I say that because our main event right now is in some sort of jeopardy because Jacob, I don't understand why he was doing a house show the other day, doing moves before this huge
Ugh.
match because with this match, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, I know we already subbed, but I think adding that tribal combat made me, excited for it, and especially because we saw Jacob, take on Roman and the Usos 3-on-1, took him out, and then he got taken out the following week. think there's a lot of potential with this match. But now Jacob, who knows if he's going to be competing tomorrow? We'll see. But because my prediction was actually that Jacob was going to beat Roman Reigns. Now I'm unsure about that, but because I feel like if they want to take the title off of Roman right now, Jacob's a perfect champ. I mean, like I said, he took out the whole bloodline by himself. I love him in the ring, especially because this match, tribal combat, no rules. There's so much potential, so I'm hoping we get this match. Jacob obviously won't be 100%, so that's why if this match happens, I will be choosing Roman Reigns, which hurts because I really wanted to pick Jacob. But at the current moment, I'll be picking Roman Reigns if this match happens. But Johnny, who do you got between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu?
This one's also difficult. Like as you said, Jacob is injured. So if he will not be in the match, they're gonna put some random person, and everybody's gonna know that obviously Roman's gonna win. So there's no point even watching it. But then the fact that Roman now has it, they're now gonna do this whole tribal chief thing again, where he's gonna hold the title for now 5 years. Now they're not gonna let him drop it for another 10 years, 15 years, or whatever. And I think it's really, this whole situation really reminds me of when the Randy Orton had his match at WrestleMania 41 against Joe Hendry for the viral moment. So, like I mentioned before, Santino's gonna come out, rumored to come out. And if Jacob is injured, then Santino's gonna come out instead of him. Then they're gonna do like this whole comedy thing for Italy. But then it's gonna ruin the whole main event. If Jacob is still in the match, I'm choosing Jacob because like we need to spice it up. Roman does not need to be champion in like what, at least another 10 years because he's already at that GOAT status. He's already at the Hall of Fame status. He doesn't need any more accomplishments in a way. Not anytime soon. They need to give opportunity to the ones who actually deserve it, not to the ones that will bring the money. Because we're tired of seeing the same people who bring in the money and not doing anything special. Whereas the new guys like Jacob or Sol Ruka, they're doing something new. I'm coming out there to see them. I'm not going there to see Roman Reigns doing his whole shebang all over again. CM Punk, although I still go there to watch CM Punk. He's my favorite at the moment. And I'm not there to go and see Brock Lesnar. I'm not there to see Oba because Oba's already at that status. See, this is how much I'm actually worried about this match and how much this whole situation pisses me off. So I'm going with Jacob, basically.
Yep. Yeah, I am also taking Jacob. I'm very hopeful that he's going to be able to be cleared to be in that match. Obviously, we don't really have any confirmation on, how serious his injury is or if he's even injured at all. He was seen limping, obviously, but no confirmed, like, if he tore anything. Hopefully, he's fine. If he's not, maybe clear path for bringing in Zilla Fatu. I think that'd be pretty cool to have him go up against Roman and lose. Obviously, either or. If it's anybody else other than Jacob, Roman's winning, unfortunately. But I'm gonna keep my head high that we're gonna hear the Samoan Werewolf come out. Jacob's gonna be fine, march into Italy, walk out as champion, and we're gonna have a great reign. So give me Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments who you have winning these matches. By the time you guys see this, like I said, only a few hours till Clash in Italy. But before we wrap this up, Johnny, where can our fans that listen to us and watch this video find you on your social platforms?
Find me anywhere, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, at ItsJoniBek, ItsJonibek, all social media.
Awesome, man. And for everyone watching, I'll find his links to Rome down below. For me and Anthony, obviously, Over the Top Talk, we're on Instagram, TikTok, heavy on Instagram and TikTok because that's where all our reels, posts are. Obviously, here on YouTube, we're on the grind to 600 subs, so make sure to hit a sub, hit a like, help us in the algorithm a little bit. But with no further ado, Clash in Italy is only a few hours away, so we hope you all enjoy, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you, everybody.
Guys.
1